All right, everybody, welcome back. We are at Banger Park in Austria right now. We are probably at one of the biggest places for freestyle skiing and snowboarding. It's basically just a big set of airbags here. They got a small airbag over there, medium, large, and then XL up there. And they even have a little jib rail here. But for today, we're basically just gonna be focusing on the smaller airbags. We're gonna be hitting the medium setup, maybe the small setup. I don't know, I've never actually hit that before. But we're gonna be hitting the medium setup, which is already actually a decent sized jump. And it's gonna be super fun. Yeah, it's a medium bag, but honestly, it's pretty big. This thing's even big enough for doubles. This magic carpet's pretty nice too. But yeah, all these in-runs have a dry slope on them. You don't even need real snow. Although I think it's snowing right now. I can't tell if it's snowing or raining. It doesn't really matter either way, because you get soaked on the airbag. All right, first lap. Woo! A little bit too slow. Yeah, so the airbag is just soaked. That's just a part of airbagging, you just get soaking wet. We'll probably get the right speed this time and then clean up that 360. But that was my first time hitting a jump here. The nice thing about an airbag is you get unlimited attempts at everything because nothing hurts. That was a lot better. I still think I could go a little faster. So tomorrow I'm gonna be on the large bags. So we're gonna be hitting big jumps tomorrow and the day after. So there should be a lot of good content coming out soon to you guys. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We're definitely gonna get a good hike in today though. There's a lot of stairs here. And I'm already a little bit tired. I think the rain switched to snow though. At least that's a little bit better. All right, full speed. Woo. All right, that was perfect speed. I think I missed my grab, but that's the speed I was looking for. Now that we got the speed dialed, we're gonna go for a cork 7 next hit. I'm already soaked, but this place is just so much fun. All right, but the speed was good in the last one. So I think we're just gonna go for a cork 7 here. Boom. I think that was better than my 360s. Oh, quite the hike. All right, let's go for another cork 7, but I'm gonna go for blunt, or at least tail this time. Boom. I almost came up a little bit short. There's a little bit of a headwind, so we're just gonna make sure we get some more speed. Plus I could not see at all in the in-run since I don't have any goggles on and the snow was just blasting me in my face. I think if I put goggles on though, they're gonna get a little too wet and I won't be able to see out of those either. Another thing I like about this place is the fake snow they have here. It's got like these little mushroom tips on it, and I don't know, you can carve on it and it just skis super well. Pretty much skis just like a real snow. But that cork 7 felt pretty good last time. We're gonna run another one. The view here is just so sick. All the foggy mountains. But this medium jump is super fun. And honestly, it's not that small of a jump. Like if you really wanted to, I think you could crank it up on here. But let's go for cork 9 now. Woo! After the cork 9s, I'm not exactly which trick I'm gonna do. Maybe like a Misty or something. Since I'm not gonna be doing a lot of bigger spins today, I'm gonna be leaving the big spins for the large jumps. We're probably just gonna see how many different axes I can do. Maybe hit this thing switch, go spin forwards like on a Misty, do backward spins like on corks. If you guys don't know already, a backwards off axis spin is like a cork or a rodeo. Forwards off axis will be like Misty or bio. All right, corking on blunt. Let's see how this goes. Boom. I held on to that blunt for a while too. That would have absolutely went on skis. Oh, flipping around on here. But so far, I've pretty much landed every single trick that I've done. Like if that would have been on skis and all the other tricks I would have done, I definitely would have landed it. So later I'm probably gonna up the difficulty a little bit more and try some things I'm not used to, get out of my comfort zone. Also guys, sorry if the camera is a little bit wet. There's just not that much I can do about it. Hopefully the snow is bouncing off of it a little bit better than when I got here when it was rainy. Woo! I could probably float it out even more. I'm landing pretty deep too, probably like around that second line, maybe a little deeper. I can't tell you how soaked I am. Every step feels like it's another 5 pounds of water that I'm carrying around. Honestly, you cannot complain here though. The one thing I will say is I'm glad they have these magic carpets in, because I was here last year and they had it on that large bag up here, but on this medium bag you just had to hike the whole thing. So it's honestly helped so much, even though it's not moving very fast. Rodeo, at least I think that's what it's called on a snowboard. Rodeo on skis is like a whole different axis. A rodeo on a snowboard is just like a backflip 180, I think. If you're a snowboarder and I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'm really not that sure. All right, I can probably lay this out a little bit more than I've been doing. Let's go for another Misty. Okay, that was way better. But yeah, if you want to get better at hitting jumps, this is definitely the place to do it. Like you can just get so many attempts on trying new tricks, or even just locking in tricks that you already know, trying them with new grabs or whatever. And it's just so much fun. Let's go for one more Misty here. All right, that was my best one overall. Most of the Misties that I've done on skis have been on like smaller jumps where you just kind of huck it. It's kind of nice getting used to doing one on a little bit of a bigger jump. Another thing I want to try is some cork threes, so I think I'll give that a go right now. Now I really get to test out the carving ability of the snow here. We'll see how it works. On threes I always like to carve. So we're going to start a little bit over on this side, then we're going to carve over to the right side of the landing so I can really get into that cork axis. Let's give this a go. Oh! Got a little too far over to this side. Both of my skis ejected because that's the easiest way to take them off. I think they clipped the opening here. That got a little sketchy. All right, the cork threes are a little sketchy on here. I think I'm just gonna hit this switch. Practice some switch corks, I think, and then we'll call it a day. Boom. A little bit sketchy, but that's fine. It's always sketchy hitting this stuff switch. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and try a switch cork 5 right now. Honestly, my hands are getting really cold, so I don't want to stay out here for too long, and we've already had a pretty good session already. Boom. The takeoff felt a little bit sketchy. I also haven't hit a jump switch in forever. Probably like 6 months ago, maybe 7. Probably do a couple more of those and then call it a day. I'm pretty wet and cold and pretty tired, but we had a good sesh. Yeah, honestly, I'm getting plenty of speed to do the switch cork from the lower one, and that transition from the upper one to the lower one is a little bit sketchy anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. It's fine when you're going forward, but when you're going switch, it's just a little bit weird. You want to go after him?
No, you go.
Okay. Boom. That was a really nice switch cork. I even got a grab for a second there. Ooh, floaty. Oh. I caught my edge at the top and I almost died. Yeah, I think I'm just getting a little bit tired. We're gonna call it a wrap. That was a super sick session though. I did cork 7, cork 9. I did Misty 5, did some switch corks, did some cork 3s, and almost fell off the airbag. That was a really good session. Well, thank you for making it to the end of the video. That's gonna be a wrap on the session. And make sure you stay tuned because the next few days, we're gonna be going out there and trying out the large and XL bags. So that's gonna be the end of the video. So make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you like this video. Peace.